Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Chauhan and I welcome you all in my playlist of RASA. Today we are deep diving into RASA's terminology. These are the 7 terminology that you need to know before diving into any project. If you are going to build any assistant board, then this terminology is used in every stage. If you are building a tree, then you can say these are the roots of that tree. Without wasting any time, let's jump into our first terminology, pipeline. In RASA, the incoming messages are pre-processed through many sequence of components. These components are executed one after other. So this whole process is termed as pipeline. Whenever you feed any text to the pipeline, then the text go under various components. If you using a specific pipeline, then first it undergo into tokenize. That means your text is breaking down into smaller words. Then the pipeline uses a by default model of tagger, parser and entity recognizer. Each pipeline components returns a preprocessed doc which is passed on to the next component. This doc object is responsible of giving many additional features to us that we can use in policies. I'm going to show you that how you can make your own custom pipeline, but before that you should need to know about the policies. Now let's move to our next terminology, policies. Your assistant uses policies to decide which action to take at each step in conversations. Policies uses different machine learning algorithms in backend for generating the responses. In layman term, a policy is responsible for making a decision of how an assistant should do next. Policies can be as simple as models mimicking themselves that they were trained on. It is quite sophisticated machine learning models capable of predicting the next action based on lot of information like the history of the conversation or the data that you give in training section. By the help of this diagram, you get able to know that how policies were contributing into whole flow. First, user will feed a text to the bot and the text is taken by the interpreter and give it to the tracker. Now tracker is one which holding all those conversation, and one by one each conversation is taken by the policy. Now policy applies a machine learning algorithm for generating the action, and these action were taken by the action class. An action class is responsible for generating the message output that you can show to the user. If the text is out of scope, then it give back to the tracker and then again apply some policy. Now what we are going next, we were diving into the code and see how you can generate your own custom policies and the pipeline. This is our main directory in which we have our old chatbot file, and for making own custom pipeline we have to edit config.yml file, and in this file we have two things. First one is your RASA NLU and second is your RASA core. Guys, pipeline is nothing but it is a configuration of your RASA NLU, and policies is nothing but it is a configuration of your RASA core. For designing your own custom pipeline, we can refer our documentation which is given by RASA. So just simply open your search engine and type RASA docs pipeline, and you just hit this link, tuning your NLU model. It will redirect you to the RASA documentation site in which you find your own custom pipeline, and you can make some addition or you can make some subtraction in this pipeline. Guys, you have to make your own pipeline in such a way that it fits your training data. Okay, so by customizing and by making your own custom pipeline, you have to specify your language, and further you can give a key name which is pipeline and make your own pipeline. Generally at the beginning we use this whole pipeline which is shown right here, because in backend this pipeline uses a word-to-vec model which performs exceptionally well when you feed a text which is unrelated to your training dataset. Let's take an example that in training dataset you specify a text that I want to buy apples, but at the time of testing you give a text which is I want to buy peers. Now this text is gone through word-to-vec model, and word-to-vec model says, hey, this pears is more related to apples, means your test text is more related to your this sentence, and it will help you a lot while classifying the intent. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just copying this whole pipeline and paste it into our editor. Just remove this pipeline, this whole, and just control V. Okay, but here language is our English, so we have to give en for it. That's it guys for pipeline. Now let's move to our policies section.